Today I'm going to share with you how I cut and sew my Drunkard's Path blocks for my optical quilt. All my patterns that use Drunkard's Path blocks start with a square, so when you're cutting using the templates you're only having to cut that curved piece. It means that the square side of the blocks has already been done, so you're only cutting the curve. So I've done these big ones with just one layer of fabric, but I do the smaller size ones with two, and you just flip them around. Now I'm going to show you how I pin these together. This is just the way I do it. Everyone does it differently. I put the larger size piece on the bottom, then I fold and find the centers, making sure that those edges line up so you get it nice and square. And then I pin the center, and then I pin both ends. I find that I only need 3 pins. This works for me. If you need more, go for it. Everyone has their own way of doing it. And you can see here that the fabric, because it's cut on the cross, it just naturally sits in the right position. So now I'm going to pin the rest of the blocks. I like to pin in batches. I find pinning a whole heap of blocks and then doing the sewing speeds up the process. Now, onto the machine. I always sew with the needle in the needle down position. I'm going to run it around this curve, and you can see I just move the fabric with my fingers into position, trying to avoid any pleats or gathers, and trying to keep it as square as possible. When I get to that center bit, I stop, needle in the down position, and then I line up the fabric. But you can also see I'm suggesting to the fabric to kind of pull up, because we don't want that little daggy bit that can sometimes happen with Drunkard's Path blocks hanging down the end. It means you've kind of let the fabric not sit flat. So you can see here, just fiddling with my fingers and getting it straight, ending it off, and no puckers, no pleats, a perfect Drunkard's Path block. And I'm just going to show quickly a bit more of the sewing of the other blocks. And the same theory with the little one, just using your fingers to line it all up. I find it really easy and it works for me. You get quicker the more that you do, and practice makes perfect. Then when I press, I'm just going to show you, I press from the front, and it means I can direct the seams which way I want them to go, so they interlock at the top. So one of these seams is going one way and one's going the other. And it is pressing, it's not ironing, and that gives you a nice flat finish.